Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. If you see my hand, just wave your hand. If you see my hand, wave your hand like I'm waving so you see me. Very good. Very good. You have good eyes. Very good. Well, how would you start? Are we on camera now? I'm nervous in front of cameras. So I'm fine. Very good. Don't tell me that you're taping me. Well, good evening. Now, when I talk to people, I like interaction. And don't worry about the food. The food is still being cooked and will be ready in 15 minutes. Like when you order something, right? So when you order it, you sit and talk. So don't talk about food for 15 minutes for a couple of reasons. The first reason is being cooked. And don't worry, it will be hot when it comes. So watch out for you. So the second thing is that this is a test. This is a test, not testing the camera or the microphone or anything. For my classes, raise your hands, my class, Global Technology. This is a test for them, believe it or not. To my knowledge, the first test, you bring your students and they eat. And they have a question in the test. And I told them before we came here that I didn't mean to destroy your joy with the food and the company and the fellowship, but rather make the test enjoyable by eating and meeting with friends. So, non-class, those who are not in my class, please give a hand to my class. Well, we simply couldn't be here unless generosity of the owners of this place. And I'm going to call them, his name is Faik, and my name is Wafiq. God bless you. He is from Albania, and I come from Egypt. And we have long roots that goes back to 200 years, when Muhammad Ali the Great ruled Egypt and opened it after many centuries to the west and started the modern Egypt. So Albania is still producing and bringing us joy and blessing. So give him a hand. Geechee is his production. So give him a hand too, please. Now, I'm going to ask you to give the same persons 3 hands, but not at the same time. First, I'll say why, and you give him a hand. I come here on a Sunday to ask the owner how much would it cost to make a gathering like this. And I find this man doing the tables and getting the dishes and the silverware for washing and very busy and so forth. And it was full to the brim. I couldn't find a place to park. And it's very busy. So I told him, I want to meet with the owner. I thought the owner is in his villa or somewhere in Honolulu or something. And he, without hesitation, in a heartbeat said, I'm the owner, very seriously. So I told him, well, my respects. Hand for him, please. Work is an honor. Never stop working. Number 2, I sit on this table and tell him, I'm thinking of doing this and this and this. And the story I told to many people that my Indian friends and others didn't spend Thanksgiving like anybody, but spend it together and don't know the history, don't know the joy. And so I decided to invite them to eat, and it was more than my budget. So I told him, tell me how much would it cost, and let me know how much it costs to feed 50 people. In a heartbeat, he said, I'll pay for it all. So I did like this, and I said like this, and told him, what? He said, I'll pay for it all. I told him, there are 50, 50. He said, they are on me. I told him, are you sure? He said, yes. 50, Dr. Wahabi, 60, 70, I'll pay for it all. They are all my guests. So I couldn't believe my eyes or ears. I said, do you want me to go to the president of my university and my chair and my dean and tell them that this guy is paying for 50, 60, 70? He said, yes, I'll do that. And we have something to do in the Middle East. When we do like this, that's from my eyes, meaning I'll do anything even to give you my eyes. So I felt this, I couldn't believe my eyes. Give him a hand. Now I'm going to ask representatives of Eastern to come and stand me while we are giving them some gifts that are nothing material equivalent, but it's for their love to us. We want to share love, and goodness breeds goodness, and I'll tell you about this in a second. But please, I want the deans to come and join with me. Anybody who is a dean, please join me in this, and we'll squeeze here. Anybody who is a chair, please come and join with me. Chairs, assistant chairs, and program coordinators, please come and join with me here. We'll call everybody. Please come here. And where is my chair? Is my chair here? Well, yes, she is a comfortable chair, by the way. Please come on in. Did I miss anybody? Sometimes I think I'm missing somebody. So we will start with this. I'll give it to my chair, and she already signed it. And I'll ask the Dean of the International Studies and Dean to read it for us. So I'll give it to her, and she will give it to him to read it for us.
The School of Technology, Eastern Illinois University, extends gratitude to Mr. Faik Zendelli, is that right? Mr. Shakim
Shkilkim.
Zendelli, is that pretty close? The Lincoln Garden Family Restaurant for their gracious generosity and courteous hospitality in hosting the 2012 International Thanksgiving and Christmas Dinner. Deb Woodley, Chair of the School of Technology.
Would you please give him a hand? Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, goodness, don't go anywhere. We have 15 minutes, I told you. Goodness breeds goodness. And all of us maybe heard the story about this boy who has bad mouth and bad words, and he goes in the mountains and say bad words, and he hears the echo of his voice. And he went to his dad and told him, "Daddy, there is a bad boy in the mountains that is insulting me." So Dad knew what's going on. So he told him, "Go and say good things about him." So he started to say good things and hear back good things. Give me a hand. Come here. Hey, guys. It's Gabe Grant. Gabe Grant is a busy guy. Where is Gabe Grant? Stand up. He is a very busy guy. And how can you ask a very busy guy in the most busiest time of the year to do something, anything, even breathe? And, and I asked him, "We want to do this." And he said, "Sure, Dr. Wabi." Yes. And he went to his computer, and in 10 minutes, where is it? He did this nice piece of art. Now you ask me, from where did you get this? Dr. Woodley gave it to me. So we worked together to do this. Do you see that? Here it is. Good? I will. He's taking a picture. All right? Oh, video. So here it is. So please give a great Grant one of these. Well, we wanted to frame it. So he said that one of our students is a good framer. He works with wood, and his name is Isaiah Bryan. He's in my class, I told him. And he said, "I can do something for you." "Yes, a frame?" He said, "No, I'll do a plaque." So he did this in the final week. So if any professor of Isaiah here know that he is studying hard. And as a matter of fact, he is in the test now. Is his wife here? Lee. Is Lee here? No. So they may join us. If he does good in the test, he will come and join us. And the Dean of the Library is here. I want him to read this for us, please. Dean Lanham, please read this for us.
I'm glad I got it right side up,
This is in Arabic.
because I was going to ask the Asian students to read it from this side. It says, "The School of Technology, Eastern Illinois University, extends gratitude to Mr. Faik Zendelli and Mr. Shkilkim
Geechee,
Zendelli, Lincoln Garden Family Restaurant, for their gracious generosity and courteous hospitality in hosting the 2012 International Thanksgiving and Christmas Dinner."
Thank you very much. Please. And since Albania and Egypt have good relations since many, many years, I thought to bring him a real Egyptian papyrus, which has some food on it. And this is real papyrus, and it's authentic, so you can touch it and do it, don't hurt it. And it has authenticity certificate from back, not Albanian, but English, French. So this is from ancient Egypt thing, and I'll give it to him in my name, your name, and Eastern name. So. Now, you may wonder, how did I know about these people? I came here and ate, as many of you came and so forth, but I never met with them. And whilst thinking of how we can do this thing, it's a bit bigger than me, bigger than I. And so I wanted to consult with people. So I consulted with people. How can we go about this? How can we go about this? And my legs or my feet led me to a health place in here in Charleston. What's the official name of yours? Coles County Health Department. And I go to Sherry. She is hard at her work, and ask her, I need somebody to think with me. I need somebody to talk to. Said, okay, go to Debbie. So I go to Debbie, and she says, well, we can, we cannot, we can, we cannot. And then I receive a voicemail second day, and she's telling me, why don't you try? So I tell her, well, I can. And hence I can. Would you please stand up and let us greet you? Because you started this all. You don't have to start. I mean, you can say that because I didn't realize it. And this is your daughter?
Yes, this is my daughter, Kate.
Thank you. Thank you very much for. Well, food is 5 minutes to come. And I will ask our Dean, Augustine, to tell us something about Thanksgiving in 2 minutes. And then the library. And then my assistant chair. And then my chair will finish. No, I have somebody in mind. Who yes, Dr. Robinson. Yes, I forgot that. Dr. Robinson. Who else I had in mind? Anybody wants a painter for his house? Painter? Where is painter? Painter. Yes, I bumped into him in the corridor, and he left for some time after he retired. And hi, bye. And I tell him what we're doing, and he said, but I'm in Champaign, I'm speaking, I cannot come, but maybe I finish early. And when he knows about this, he said, Rosie, my Rosie, is good in doing gifts, so she did something. Would you stand up, please, so that we greet you for the small gifts that you did? Yes. If you like to wait or whatever. If it's ready, we can start. Okay, so let's pass him out.
So besides being a professor here, I'm the director of nutrition for the California Raisin Marketing Board, and we have all the raisins we want. And so my wife and my grad student made little bags with dark chocolate covered raisins, milk chocolate covered raisins, and candy coated raisins. And they have a bag for each one of you. Even the adults and the professors.
You have to do the mouth swab first.
It's not a study.
And,
We're just giving out gifts.
and they are good nutrition. They're good nutrition for you. Now, Dean Augustine.
Well, is this working? You think this is working?
It's taping.
Oh. American Thanksgiving is all about the concept of opening your home to your family and your friends, inviting them in for the day, and thanking them for all of the dimensions of life they bring to you. And I thank the Lincoln Garden for serving as our family to welcome all of you who are now a part of our EIU family to experience an American Thanksgiving like this. I hope that, like American Thanksgiving, when you leave here, you'll always remember this evening as an evening you got to share with Americans as part of our experience in looking at our members of our family and knowing how they enrich our lives, because you have enriched our lives. You brought your cultures and your ideas from all over the world. So I'm delighted that you could be here tonight, and especially moved by you, our family for having us here in your home here at the Lincoln Garden Restaurant. That's really a very touching and moving American cultural experience, and I think it's just great that you're not necessarily Americans yourselves. So have a good evening.
You became American.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Dean Lanham, what would you tell us?
Well, Thanksgiving is hard to describe because it means different things to different people, and to different families and different towns. It's easy to research the history of Thanksgiving and know that it was Native Americans and newly arrived persons to America that got together to share their harvest and their wealth at the end of the summer and before the long northeastern winter was about to begin. And those of you who are from countries that are not as cold as we are here in the winter, you know exactly what I'm talking about when they're preparing for the winter. And so some things had gone well for the new settlers, and they had produced good things, maybe not enough. They didn't know how much because they had just arrived, but there were Native Americans here to greet them and who began trusting them. And unfortunately, they shouldn't have trusted them very long or very hard because you all know the rest of the history. But nonetheless, in the beginning, there was very great comfort between the newly arrived people and those who had lived here for centuries. So that, of course, took root and became a very essential part of Americana. And in fact, in our elementary schools, the children still dress up as pilgrims or as Native Americans or personalities that they like to read about and celebrate the Thanksgiving at school in terms of having pageants and plays and different things that they can remember, and it becomes very meaningful for them. But as we go on and grow up, it still remains a very special day to us, and it is because we get together with our families and friends and others, and we share with strangers very often, and that is something that makes it a very special day. One would think that we would do that every day of the year, but it doesn't happen because there's so much else to do and there's many routines that you have to do. So it's a specific time when we take time and make time for others in our lives. I know personally it was a great adventure for me to go to the Thanksgiving celebration because all my cousins would be there, and some I had seen very often in the year, but others I hadn't seen. And so it was a good time to catch up with them and to renew the whole familial feeling and to just feel like a larger family than the ones who perhaps just live in your own one house together. So to spread that out and to feel part of a larger group, I think is very important, very similar to what you're doing tonight. You could have eaten somewhere else. You could have eaten by yourself in front of the television. And yet that's not what you're doing today. You're here sharing and caring about others and making friendships stronger. And so I know for myself, it's a very important thing. You don't want to miss Thanksgiving. There are other holidays in the year that are very exciting for families also, but Thanksgiving is a very special one that is it's an American adventure for us, and so we always give thanks. We stop and give thanks for what we have and what we might share with others. So thank you.
In global technology class, we think a lot. So we thought about Thanksgiving, and we decided or came up with giving cannot stand unless there is a giver and a receiver and a gift. If one of these three is absent, there's no giving, right? You can't give without a giver and a receiver and a gift. So you can't be thankful, just be thankful. Like you can't be nice, just be nice. You have to be nice to somebody, showing your nicety by doing something. So you can't be nice in your own. You have got the idea? So give me a hand. Now, in continuation, follow up of what Dean Lanham said, and this is not. This is part of the test. This is history of the Thanksgiving for those of you who don't know it. And believe it or not, some of my American friends read this and told me you have never read that before. Imagine. So if you want a copy, digital copy of this, I can email it to you if you email me. And my email is, I don't know. You can ask me about it. You know it. But feel free to do that. Now, my assistant chair has 2 minutes.
Oh gosh, I can't fill 2 minutes. Actually, anything that could be said probably has been said, but I'll give you a different perspective on Thanksgiving. I grew up among people who farmed for a living in more than a half century ago now. And actually, Thanksgiving was not a really terribly important day in the farming community I grew up in. You still had to get it was not a holiday. You didn't get it off from work. We still got up and we still had to milk cows and we still had to feed pigs and we still had to gather eggs. And usually, because when I was growing up, corn wasn't picked with big equipment like it is now. It was picked much smaller equipment and it took more time. It wasn't even a day that we had a special meal because my father and my uncles and my grandfather, and even I as a child, were expected to work all day because it was more important to get the corn picked than to have a holiday because if it got too much colder and it got harder and harder to work out in the fields. So while for many people in this country, Thanksgiving is a big holiday, I think it's also probably important to remember that there are people, particularly people who have to work 7 days a week, particularly the poor in this country, for whom it isn't that big a holiday because they have to work and labor and often don't have that day off because other people have it off. So it's a holiday for many people, but for other people, it's just a working day like any other.
We are thankful for work.
Yes.
Now, would you please don't take the comment I'm going to say now in a negative way, rather take it in a positive way. Those of you who go on the internet or read history know that this is not the whole history. There was blood included and some dark things included in that. And I struggled myself with this. And I came up with the conclusion for today, at least you can check with me, that history cannot be changed. Let's face it. And really, we cannot know all the history now, right? I mean, we read the documents. So how about if our generation would celebrate the good things that we receive and don't dwell on the bad things? And happened or not happened, just let's not repeat it. See what I mean? If it happened. But trying to cry on the bad things will relive it again. It will make negative things. So please be positive and be thankful that at least we are now. Peter Pinglu is a man with a heart to internationals, and he is not only organizer, quote unquote, or emailer, but he is more than that.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to use this opportunity to give my thanks. First of all, I'd like to thank our international students for your courage to come to this country. And back to about 25 years ago, I was like you, and I was an international student. And I know how hard it is for you to go to different places and to see the challenges there. So I want to thank you for coming to US and to study at EIU. Secondly, I want to thank our students, our domestic students particularly, because you create an environment that welcome all the students from different countries and let them feel at home. So I want to thank everybody for that. And I also want to thank all the faculty in School of Technology to embrace our international students because they give me the confidence to say that you can go ahead and recruit more students to come to our program. And one thing we feel very proud of is that our School of Technologies program is the largest one on campus in terms of number of graduate students, part-time and full-time combined, and also in terms of our international students population. All those were made possible by our faculty, by our students, domestic and international students together, and not tonight with our community involvement. We want to thank you for your support for that. And I also want to thank Dr. Wafik Wabi for his wonderful efforts for making this possible. And so thank you very much. Again, appreciate it. Thank you.
Almost 50 years. I wouldn't say more than 50, so he wouldn't look old. A young man came from Iran, and he became Dr. Alan Baharloui, but now Baharlou. What happened to you in 50 years?
Well, within 50, I try to be nice, so I have to practice being nice. I want, at the beginning, thank Dr. Wafi. His vision, commitment, just you recently saw the seminar on Greeks and Egyptian, bringing the most significant concept the whole world was affected by to us. So I came here, yes, 50 years ago, and I came from a country run by a dictator. At night, I listened to Voice of America. It came from Europe in Persian. I could not imagine there was a land where people could demonstrate in front of their president's house or their representative and live to see the next day. That was a dream for me. So when I landed in November 10, 1960 in New York and looked at the skyscraper and land, I cried. And this is where, so all of you, if you go back or stay here, you see a glimpse of freedom, equality, excellence. I do hope that you take this experience back, and this evening, the generosity of the Lincoln Garden, bringing that, and the vision of Wafik. So enjoy it. Now, you came because you're excellent. You had some academic, I know that. Otherwise, you couldn't end up here. You have a great deal of academic involvement. So if you go back, you have a leadership role. So I hope this experience, not only academic, but culture, has been significant to you. We're all proud of you, and thank you.
Before our chair would say her final word, she has a final word. You remember the name I mentioned to you, Isaiah Bryan, before? He is here in flesh and blood. Will you stand up, please? And his wife is here also. And I will show this. He is the one who did this, and it came out of his time and goodness. Thank you very much. Very good. One of our students, sorry, give him a hand, sorry. One of our students came out of the blue and told me, Dr. Wabi, did we have any plans for those who will serve us, meaning the guys who own this place are bringing the food to us? How about the waitress and waitresses and the people who in the kitchen and so forth? I told him, that's a wonderful idea. How can we go about that? Ken White, he has a white house, a white heart. So I asked him to take care of any tips that anybody would want to give so everybody would be happy today, even the people in the kitchen who are not with us, so they will be happy too. Everybody would be happy. Today is happiness. Now, did I miss anybody? Well, food is ready, yes. How can I miss you? I'm sorry. I tell you, I'm sorry. I'll change my glasses.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. To a true classic, I guess, illustration of what Thanksgiving is all about is Dr. Wafiq Wabi, because Thanksgiving is about uniting people, and he does a wonderful job of uniting people. And Thanksgiving is about, the Pilgrims, when they first celebrated it, it was about sharing the blessings that they have received. And they had a deep set faith in God, and they felt like that every gift, every blessing that they received came from God, and it was their responsibility to share that with others as a honoring and recognizing that where all of their blessings had come from. And so there is a scripture in the Bible that says that every good gift comes from above, from the Father of lights, in whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. And so Thanksgiving is about realizing that every gift we have comes from above. It comes from, it's not ours to own or to keep to ourselves, but as we give out to others and make a difference in the lives, a positive impact on the lives of other people, then we in turn receive, and we're blessed more and more as we give and as we bless others. And to me, that's what Thanksgiving is all about.
Imagine if my senior moment happened and I forgot to ask him to speak. I mean, we have lost that. Thank you. Please give him another hand. Thank you. I'm sorry. Now, did I mention Dave Milton? Where is Dave Milton? Will you stand up, please? He takes care of the lab where, right? The lab and the work and so forth. So we thank you for taking care of the woodwork lab, if you like, and the other stuff. We'll come and visit the lab. Everybody, if you want to see something good, go to him, he will show you. Give him a hand, please. Now, I see a signal from the kitchen that food is almost ready, and all of a sudden I find a paper in my mailbox with somebody unknown writing a poem in a prayer thing and something. I didn't know who she is, who he is, so I hand it to my chair because that's what chairs are for. And we discovered that's Donna Dawson that did that.
Donna Dawson wrote a very beautiful little sentiment, and it's very short, and I will read it. Before our food gets cold, let's take a few moments to really give thanks to what we're thankful for. For family, friends, health, a nice soft bed, for freedom and a roof over our head. We're thankful to be surrounded by those whose lives touch us more than we'll ever know. We are thankful that we've been blessed beyond measure, thankful that in our hearts lives life's greatest treasure. Thank you to Lincoln Garden for their wonderful, wonderful support of Eastern and the School of Technology, and I want to say thank you to every person that's attending today.
Thank you. Enjoy the meal, and thank you very much once more. Thank you. You're blessed. Thank you. Yes.
I have a request. Can one of you stand up and make a comment about your experience? One of the international students.
One international student. That's a wonderful idea. Any international student. Any international student. Here is a mic. Any non-international student. A citizen of the world. Anyone. You pick one. You pick one. That's hard. That's hard. Where Shigoda? Is Shigoda here? Gabe Shigoda. Now, no one would imagine that his name starts with the letter P. P like people. And I would have never guessed that unless he told me that. Gabe Shigoda, what are you going to tell us? He is a biker. He is a biker. Come here for the camera.
Well, unexpectedly, I will be speaking on behalf of all of our fellow graduate students, but being a Charleston local, I can attest to the wonderful experience that I've had at Eastern and the resources that it has offered me throughout my education. And so I think that we can all grasp a sort of sentiment for the environment that the faculty and the other staff members have created for us here as a place of opportunity where we can further our education and our own interests. And I'm really thankful for all of the experiences that I've had there, as well as I've learned, I feel, equally as much from the faculty members as I have from my fellow students and their own interests. And I think that that sort of creative environment is really great and kind of makes Eastern what it is. And I'm also thankful for all the resources that the community offers to Eastern as well. And I think that cohesively, as a campus and as a community, we provide an environment for everyone who comes through our doors that is a beneficial one, that will leave them with something that will be a learning experience, but also something that they can take with them to further themselves. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Anyone
Anyone knows who Samantha is? Here she is. Look at her. She is from the newspaper. So tomorrow, by the issue, she will write something about it. Thank you very much for coming. And she has a photographer with her. Is he still here? Oh, okay. So we'll greet him. Anybody knows where Pete Grant is? Pete Grant. Pete Grant always, never turns me down. He always documents whatever we do. So he is doing the history for us. And today he sent me an email. He said, Wafiq, I'm sorry, there are no students to help today. Sorry. But I will come and do it. Thank you very much, Pete. And you told me your name. What's your name? Wilber. Wilber. Very good. Thank you, Wilber, for coming. And anybody knows who is Bev Cruz? Take a cruise and you'll know Bev Cruz. She is a history writer. Please give her a hand with the camera. Now, I have senior moments, so please remind me if I forgot anything. I almost forgot. Did I forget anything? Except the food. So, the food is coming. Thank you. Thank you.